Alrighty, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I certainly appreciate you being here on this Tuesday morning. This is It Belongs in a Museum, to which you should dutifully reply, so do you! And I would agree with you. All right, so basically on It Belongs in a Museum, what we do is we are going to take a look at two games that are on my shelves. And generally, they're going to be older games. The reason we don't say old games is because old is pretty subjective. Older, it's a little bit more accurate. Basically, we're talking about, if you want to put an arbitrary number on them, we're talking about games that are, generally speaking, 5 years or older. Okay? Now, you might say a game that's 5 years old isn't old. I would generally agree with you, but within the context of board gaming, a lot of people tend to get hung up on games that are new. We call those folks the cult of the new, and again, that's a term of endearment. That's not a disparaging comment at all. It just meant to portray a certain proclivity to gravitate towards newer games. So we here on the flip side decide to take one day out of the week and kind of corner that day off for games that are not 2 or 3 years old. Older than that, all right? So that's what we're doing. To make it a little bit more fun, we also give some stuff away, and we have a little contest for each of the two games that we're going to be talking about, and I give you some clues. The first person that's in the chat is able to that will be able to guess correctly what game we're about to talk about, can either receive a gift from the Flipside, and it's going to be a sticker and a surprise. Or that person can give their winnings away to somebody else in the chat, whichever it might be. And we'll talk about those in just a little bit. But that's what we do here on the flip side on Tuesdays. Luke Shirus is here. Let's go! No, not too much. David Brownlee is here. I'm guessing TI-4 Vikings of Interstellar Midgard. Wow! That is quite the hamburger there, buddy. Magnus G is here. What's up? Which museum? Natural history? Art? Well, it just belongs in a museum. We haven't really nailed down exactly which ones we're going to be. However, I have been to the, can't remember the name of it. There's a museum of board games that is up in New York, and I've actually been to it. We went to a, what was it? A gathering of friends up there, and we took a trip. It was about an hour away, I think. We took a trip to go see this museum, and it was pretty interesting. They have, actually, the museum part of it was, okay, it was cool. But they actually gave us a tour in the, the back, behind the scenes. And their, personal collection. That was cool. That was fun to go back and look at. The Museum of Awesome. Yes, exactly. That's exactly correct. Ryan already coming out with the correct answers. Oh boy, Ryan. You are the beast as far as winning things on It Belongs in a Museum. Bob Rock, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. You deserve one of these, Bob. Yes. Awesomeness. The Strong National Museum of Play. Yes, that is it, Mr. Shirus. Thank you for pinpointing that name down. Thank you. Brett Bolch says, my surprise prize from a previous episode is supposed to arrive today. Well, congratulations, my friend. Chris Mayfield, did you guys play Stick? Did you guys play Stick? Stick? I don't know what that is, Chris. Are you talking about, I have a stick and it can be whatever I want it to be, from a rifle to a lightsaber to a sword to any... Is that what you're talking about? What is Stick? Bob Rock says, haha, thanks, been working a lot, missed a couple of lives. No worries, buddy. You are the man. Monica Murphy is here. What's up, Monica? Good to see you. Hello, everyone, she says. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. The first game ever. Okay, so I was right then. Yes, to answer your question, yes, I have played stick very often then. When I was a kid outside playing in the woods with buddies, yes, often. I would imagine so. So yeah, that's cool. All right, well, yesterday was a fun day. It was Veterans Day. We went to the Veterans Day parade that was downtown in Wenatchee, and that was a really cool thing. It's always a blessing. Well, it was a blessing in one way, and I talked to Jess about this a little bit as we were leaving. It was a blessing in one side because you know it's an honor to honor these men and women who have served our country in the armed forces. But I was also kind of bummed because it was a fraction of the size of another parade that happens here in town called the Apple Blossom Parade. And I'm like, you know, why? I don't understand. I don't understand why people can come out and just be a part of a parade that is just about, I don't know. Maybe I just don't know enough about the history of the Apple Blossom Parade here in town. But I mean, it goes for a long route. And the Veterans Day Parade was like basically a couple of blocks. And I'm like, man, really? Really? I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. So that just kind of struck me as being kind of a bummer yesterday. I was very happy. They did a 21 gun salute with taps being played at the beginning and moment of silence. And then the parade got started. Fire department came into town, had a big old boom hanging down, a huge American flag in one of those downtown intersections, and right next to Gunnery Park or Memorial Park. I can't remember what. I've heard it called both. So I don't know. It was a fun time. Jess loves parade anyway. Dante and Daphne were in the parade, and it was a good thing. It was a good thing being there, but I just struck me as being, man, that kind of stinks. But it is what it is. We came back home, did some work around the house, and then we played Memoir 44 for our Fireside Chat / Veterans Day playthrough yesterday. That was a good thing. It was a really close game, 6-5. So the Americans held fast in the Ardennes yesterday, so that was a cool thing to do. And now we are here. Let's see here. Who here was rewinding audio cassette with a pencil? I'll raise my hand for that one. Okay, now I have to search for the rope on a stick skit from back when SNL was funny. All right. I've played stick as well. Great first game. I was too poor for stick. We had to play twig. I don't think anybody can be too poor to play stick. You just go out into nature and find a stick. But I get the joke you were trying to make there, Ryan. Very good, very good. All right, so let's go ahead and get to our couple of games here. Matthew Vincent is here. What's up, dude? Good to see ya. Need to go to Board Game Geek, and I have already looked up the two games that we're going to talk about, so that's good. All right, this first one, I always give a couple of clues, and then you get to it. Use your Google Foo or your BGG Foo and try to find the answer as quickly as possible. The first person to answer correctly is the one who will either win the prize or have the opportunity to give away the prize if they so choose. So here we go. The first 2 clues. First clue is always the year it was created, and then the second clue is usually 1 or 2 of the mechanisms involved. Here we go. First one. Year is 2014. So this game is 10 years old, folks. 10 years old. I would have... It baffles my mind sometimes how old some of these games are. And again, you can put air quotes around the word old. The mechanism involved is push your luck. Push your luck. There is a second. I'll give you a second one. So push your luck and take that. Those are 2 of the mechanisms involved. And the game originated in 2014. 2014. And the 2 mechanisms are push your luck and take that. All right. So that's what we will do. I'll come back to chat and start looking at it. Let's see. I used my fingers. I have small hands. I just found it. It was Stevens and Grodnick, not SNL. I got it. Sheriff of Nottingham. No! Luke! How is this possible? How? Actually, 3 of you got it. Bam, bam, bam. But Luke said it first. Age of War. Age of War 2014. I did not give, because I thought it would be too easy. Apparently it was too easy anyway. Didn't give the fact that it is a dice rolling game. There is set collection, re-rolling and locking. Take that and push your luck. 2014. This one is from Fantasy Flight Games, and it is a dice game with a little bit more going on in it. But goodness gracious, you guys, you are rocking it. So Port Royal, no, Chris. Sheep and Thief, Cashing Guns, no. But Luke Shirus, Age of War, nailed it. And as you can see, this is a small little game. This is one of those games that you could absolutely fit into your possibly back pocket, definitely backpack, and take this just about anywhere you go. If you have any kind of a flat surface, generally speaking, you could play this game. And really, it doesn't even have to be that large of a flat surface. But we'll go ahead and get down to the table and go there. Hey, Sam, they're just looking at your Board Game Geek games list, sorting by user ranking, looking for the year. Well, here's the thing. My Board Game Geek games list is not accurate at all. So if that's what they're doing, I'm still surprised that they're getting these right. All right, so there you have it. Custom dice are really nice. That is correct. Good job, Monica says. David Renly says, take that? Oh, maybe stealing already captured. Yes, that is correct. Should have guessed that one. Well, you didn't. But, yeah, I mean, there you have it. All right, so let's get ahead and get down to the table. We'll take a look at this bad boy and see how it's gumming. Now, I have this... Usually, I'm talking about bigger games, so there's a lot of extra dead space here. But that's the game, folks. All right, so here we go. So what are you trying to do here? You're basically taking these dice, right? And yes, they are custom dice, and they're really nice dice. They're not wooden or anything like that. They are, I don't know, I guess... plastic. I don't know what the material is used for these, but they are dice. And so you have red bows and arrows. I believe you have blue swords. You have red daimyo faces, and then you have, I think that's supposed to be green cavalry. And what are you doing here? Well, you are rolling these dice, and you are trying to collect, come on, get out of there. You're trying to collect these different sets. And the different sets are these different fortresses that are in the game. And each of the sets have different sizes, basically, and different colors. And you also have different like icons, I guess you could say. So it is colorblind friendly. So there is that. So, for example, all of these are out here, and you can kind of determine which ones you go after. So I'm going to say, let's say that I'm going to go after these guys right here. So I'm going to roll these dice, right? And I'm trying to complete these different things. And if I can't complete one of them, I can get rid of a die and then continue rolling. But, for example, I did get this row right here, right? So there's one row completed, and so now I can take the dice, I can keep going, and well, I got 3 shurikens, so I got that. So now I'm going to continue rolling, and now I need to get, all right, well, there we have it. I was able to complete all 3 rolls without running out of dice, so then I would be able to take this and put it in front of me, and it's worth 3 points at the end of the game if I have this still at the end of the game. Now, as you're going through, the take that comes into this. Somebody can, let's say that somebody else gets these 2 and before I'm able to get them, and they want to take this one from me. They can do the same thing, but they have to do all of these and 1 red daimyo. So now I'm trying to roll, and okay, I got my 3 there. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Also got that. And so now we're continuing to roll. Oh, okay, didn't get one, so I have to get rid of 1. Now I'm in dangerous territory here. All right, I got 1 of them. Now I have 3 dice. Oh, I did get that 3, didn't I? Yeah, sorry. So now I'm re-rolling these, and that was that, and I got it. So now, if he had rolled all of this, he would actually take this from me, and when you have a complete set, you can actually fold them and turn them over, and they are all together worth 8 points instead of just being worth 6 points individually. All right, so that's kind of how this goes. The game continues until all of the provinces have been taken. Then you score points, either, if you've had a set that's turned over. Oh, also, once you turn over a set like this, it can't be stolen from anymore, so it's kind of protected. But when they are in this state, they can be stolen. You just have to roll that extra daimyo side of the dice whenever you do that. But that's pretty much all it is. It's a really simple card game, but man, is it fun. And it does have the moniker on it of being one of those kinds of games that could possibly go on for a while because people keep stealing the same card and these aren't taken. But generally speaking, if you have one person that, or a group of people that will continue taking things regardless of sets, they're still worth points for you at the end of the game. But if you get those sets, they're worth a little bit more. But that is Age of War, and it's one of those games that is just really fun, and it's a neat dice rolling game that isn't just about attacking somebody. You can also play it pretty nicely as well. But that is Age of War. PTEG plastic, or PETG. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Age of War is a good game to take to the pub, as it is easy to teach. However, it's crazy expensive for what it is now. Elder Sign is more convoluted, but cheaper and has similar mechanisms. Yes, Elder Sign, I have also played Elder Sign, and I very much, go back to this, I very much prefer this to Elder Sign for the reasons stated. Now, yes, this is a pretty penny for what you're going to get. You're getting 7 dice, and 14 cards and a rule sheet. That's all you're getting in this box. So yeah, it is kind of expensive for what you get for it. But the ease of play and the ease of teaching is why I prefer it over Elder Sign. I would imagine that Elder Sign is technically a better game, if you want to put air quotes around better game, in that there are more decisions that are being made. You are using the basic same mechanisms, but the choices that you make throughout are a little bit more involved, I guess you could say. But if I'm going to play Age of War, I want a chill game. I don't want a convoluted game. So that is, I absolutely agree with David and what he said there, but I prefer this for the reasons stated. All right, second game that we're going to talk about today. So let's see, Luke Shirus, you, sir, either need to give me your shipping address again to Flipside, obg@gmail.com, and or you need to pick somebody else in chat to receive. If you have not, I don't know that Luke has won anything yet. I think he has, but if he has not, then he will get this prize. If he has the opportunity to give it to somebody else. Let me know. Send me a email either way, or the person he picks, you need to send me an email. All right, so that is the first game we're going to talk about. The second game we're going to talk about is... okay, so this game hails from 1993. Ha ha! How about that? Yes! 1993 is when this game was originally produced, and a couple of the mechanisms that are involved are open drafting and set collection. 1993, open drafting and set collection. So the first person to give that correct answer is correct. Elder Sign, Forbidden Desert, no. Gardens of Alhambra, no. I apologize for my coughing. That's the only game I have from 1993. Bonanza, no. Good guess though, Kevin. That's a good game. Forbidden Desert is also good. Route 298. What is up with Luke Shirus? Okay, Luke, you got to give one of these away, pal. All right, now here's the thing. This is not the 1993 edition, but this is a new edition that was just put out a few years ago by 25th Century Games. It is the same game. If there are differences, I believe they are super minor from the original game, which is why I'm using this copy, because not only is this a 21-year-old game, there's a brand new stinking up version of it available from 25th Century Games, and you can go pick it up right now. All right, so this is, while it's an older game, it's not a game that you can't get a hold of anymore. All right, so keep that for what it's worth. All right, so Risk Legacy. Ooh, Risk Legacy? 1993? No, come on now. The BGG search is strong with this one. Right? I can't believe he got that one. Jeez Louise. And so fast. What is up with Luke? Lightning fingers over there. All right. So this is a little bit of a... because this particular copy of the game is not 21 years old. However, the game is 21 years old, made by Reiner Knizia. Let's go ahead and get down to the table. If you look at that older version of the game, you will see that this copy is much better looking than that old copy. The components are pretty cool, and on top of that, you have a couple of things going on that I really did enjoy. So, all right, what happens here? All right, well, first of all, how does this game set up? All right, so you have this, which becomes actually the tomb of Tutankhamun. And to get there, you have this little door, right? And so this, maybe we'll put it like this. And so now what we're doing here is we are putting all of these tiles, and I'm not going to do it right now, but you have all of these tiles that are going to be shuffled and put in a long winding trail all the way back to the beginning part. Let's just say that that's the beginning part. All right, so actually this is not the beginning part. This is the underworld. Bing and bing. All right, so this is the underworld here. And when, you know, sometimes you will discard some of these tokens because of different abilities that they have, and they'll go to the underworld. But anyway, you have these little scoring guys right here as well. So first of all, you have the scoring pieces, which are these wooden pieces that will be put on the actual board. And so this is your 0 to 30. And these kind of just go on here and they move around. Let's see, there's a red one as well. So that's how many players you can have, first of all, up to 6 players. And whenever you get points, you're going to move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, so forth and so on, around. Or maybe you're going to go this way, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, 5, you know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get it? And you're going to be keeping track of your points as you go around this way. These are the boats that are trailing down the Nile, which is what these tokens represent. And you're collecting different sets of different kinds of artifacts as you go through. And those are how many points you're worth once you collect them, and so forth and so on. So you have these boats, but it has that cool mechanism where you can go as far along down the path as you want, but you can never go backwards. And so that's a cool thing. The person that's in the last place, I believe, on the river is the one that goes first, and so forth. So, but it's this is a really cool, nice looking production of Tutankhamun. Now, Tutankhamun is, again, like I said, 21 years old. All right, but you also have whenever you take one of the god tiles. For example, here is the Ra god tile. All right, so whenever you land on this and take it, it gives you this special ability. Remove a tile from anywhere in the Nile and place it in the underworld. If this is a god idol tile, its ability is not resolved. If it is the last tile of a set in the Nile, immediately score that set. So that's a pretty cool thing. If you go with Toth, you get to swap the locations of 2 tiles anywhere in the Nile as long as both are in front of your boat. All right. Horus gives you the ability of collecting any one tile in the Nile located behind your boat. If this is a god idol, resolve it immediately, so it's different from Ra. Then discard. If it is the last tile of a set, immediately score the set. Or move your boat to the far back of the Nile behind all of the other boats and tiles. So Horus is one of the abilities that allows you to go backwards, but normally you can't. And it actually says here, this cancels the removal of any trailing tiles since they are no longer trailing. So that's another thing that's pretty cool. Whenever you have that first person going, they get to remove tiles that kind of scoots them up. So it's one of those things that really makes the game move along a little bit. But this is a really fun game. Definitely a family weight game. Definitely one of those games that when you play it, you would think, this feels like Reiner Knizia. Well, that's because it is Reiner Knizia. And so that's how this is. So it's a really great game. 25th Century picked it up, redid it, gave it some, artistic life and put it back out there. But if you look at the rule book, we're talking about easy peasy stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is not difficult at all. You're just trying to collect different sets and how many points you get. Let's see. The object of the game is to be the first to completely cleanse your spirit by reducing your points to 0. So if you, you go backwards. There we go. I forgot that. So if you have 2 players, you start at 30, which is where this is. If you have 3 players, you start at 29, 28. And if you have 4, you start at 24. If you have 5, you start at 20. And if you have 6, you start all the way over here at 18. So 20, 19, 18. Boom. You start all the way over here, and then you go backwards this way. But that's pretty much it as far as how this game works. So we're going to put these back in here like that. And then these will be put in here. Rawr. But it's a great game. I am hoping that you guys have figured out who's getting what at this point. But this is a really neat game, and it's great for families. It's great for gateway type situations. If you have somebody that might be interested in like Egyptian, history or mythology or anything like that. This would be a cool one to do as well. It's very light, but again, keep in mind, some people process information differently than others, so while it might be easy for you, it might not be easy for them, so be patient with them. And that is that. So I'm going to put this in here. These 2 guys are going to go in here like that. This will go here like that, and then this maybe even can go in there like that. So that is Tutankhamun from Reiner Knizia and 25th Century Games. Boom. Not including shipping. What does that mean? What do you mean, Ryan? Who has never won? It was a short list. Yes, that's true. All right, who has never won? Okay, well, here's the thing. I'll just give you a couple of ideas just from people that I'm seeing in the chat. I think Brett's won. I think Chris has won. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. I'm not trying to exclude anybody. I'm just trying to help Luke decide. I don't believe Glenn just has won anything ever. I don't think Monica Murphy has won. I don't think Rook 298 has won either. I want to say Kevin hasn't, but again, I could be wrong. And I'm pretty sure the Anthony's, not my eyeball games, I'm pretty sure they have won. So those are the ones that I think have not won anything. Maybe Matthew Vincent hasn't won anything either. He's here so often, I would be surprised if he hadn't won anything, but it very well could be that he hasn't. So you guys speak up. Let Luke know which of you have not won. One of the kind of the unwritten rules is if you get both, I would ask that you give one of them away. I don't mind that you keep one, absolutely, but I would ask that you give one of your winnings away if you get both of them. So I think Luke is aware of that unwritten rule. Ryan, do you have live chat on? Oh, you know what? I don't have live chat on. I don't know why I didn't. I told everybody to turn it on, and then I didn't do it. What kind of stupid person am I? Okay, Monica says she has not won. There you have it. So there's a choice. Monica gets it. All right, she was the first one to speak up, so she's the one that gets it. All right, so Monica, and Luke, both, you need to send me an email at flipsideobg@gmail.com. flipsideobg@gmail.com. All right. Send me those emails, folks, and I will get your sticker and a surprise in the mail as soon as possible. Now, one last thing. Hey, everyone, just hanging out for a bit before heading back to the shop. All right. Well, hello, hello. Good to see you, Vanessa. Thanks for being here. All right. This, I do want to say this at this point. This will be the last It Belongs in a Museum for the year. We'll come back in 2025 and we'll continue doing this. But for the rest of for the rest of November, my my workload is going to be increasing because we've got to plan ahead for something that's coming around the corner in December, and we've also got to get some stuff, some extra videos produced. So I'm actually going to be taking Tuesdays to do a lot of recording and editing. And if I can free up my mornings on Tuesdays, it'll mean that I can probably get, you know, 1, maybe 2 more videos done each week for editing purposes, because I'm going to be out of town for Thanksgiving, and we want to keep some. We're probably going to not put up anything on Thursday and Friday at the very least on Thanksgiving week, but the other days that week, I still want some stuff going up that week. So, but I have to plan ahead for that. All right. So, and then after we get back from Thanksgiving, we're gonna be super busy. I can't say yet why, but we're gonna be super busy. And if I can reduce the amount of things that I have to do, it'll make things just a lot easier for us over the next couple of, over the next month and a half, basically. So this is going to be the last It Belongs in a Museum for the year. We're still going to be trying to do our Time Honored Tuesdays live streams, and after Jess gets off work, so that we're still going to be doing stuff on Tuesday, but It Belongs in a Museum will have to take a break. And I promise you, it's just a break until we get settled, and after we get back from the Dice Tower cruise, we'll start back up. Dice Tower cruise ends on, I think, January 11th. I'm sorry, January 12th. Let me get my calendar out here so that I can let you guys know. Let's see. Yeah, January 12th. So, I'm going to say that Monica just sent me an email. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you. I'm going to say that we're going to take a break. And Luke just sent me an email. Thank you, sir. Appreciate y'all. That was very cool of you to get it done so quick. I'm going to say that we will continue It Belongs in a Museum on Tuesday, the 21st of January. So January 21st, that Tuesday, is when we will continue doing It Belongs in a Museum. We just have to take a break for the holidays because we have a lot of stuff going on, and I've got a lot of editing to do. So I appreciate you guys understanding that. We are just taking a break. It will not be forever. We will be back in January, but congratulations to Monica and Luke for winning the last 2 giveaways of 2024 from It Belongs in a Museum. Say what? How is Jess feeling? Jess is feeling well. What about chats? What do you mean, what about chats? I don't understand. We're still going to be around. We're still going to be doing stuff on Tuesdays, just not in the mornings. We'll do it at, we're still going to be doing Tuesday live streams. We're just going to cut out It Belongs to the Museum until January 21st. That's it. You're welcome, Monica. You're welcome. Fireside chats. That's going to continue. That's going to continue. Only it belongs in a museum. We're going to cut out that for a couple of reasons. Okay. The first reason is it cuts out about an hour and a half of time on Tuesday mornings for me that I can devote to something else. But also, it cuts out another. I'm gonna round it up to an hour because I've got to pack those things up and I've got to take them to the post office and get them out. So all in all, by not doing It Belongs in a Museum for a while, it frees up 2.5 hours of time in my week. So that I can use that 2.5 hours to get other things done that I have to do to kind of prepare ahead for some of the times that I'm going to be taking some time away from the channel because of other things that are going on. And again, I hate to be cryptic, but it is something that we're kind of keeping a lid on for right now. But when it happens, we'll be letting you guys know because it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Anyway, that's coming up. And so I just need to free up a couple of hours of time during the course of my week so I can get other things done. So we can kind of keep this train rolling. I've been noticing, and I'm really excited about it, that our subscribership just continues to climb and get better. We're at 8.2 thousand now. 8.2 thousand subscribers, and it was just a couple of weeks ago that we were passing 8,000 subscribers. So it's a really cool thing, but as we're continuing to go, we want to continue to see that continue to go up because at some point we want to hit 10,000 subscribers. We really do, and it might be a slow burn, but we're okay with that. But even with it being a slow burn, I still have to be kind of cognizant of how much time I need for these things during the course of the week. And there are a couple of things coming up just around the corner that I can't let the cat out of the bag about yet. That is going to be taking a lot of my time. And so I need to cut down on some of my responsibilities here for the channel so that I can give more time to those things that are coming around the pike. I want to tell you guys, but I just can't yet. Anyway, it'll be cool. Completely understandable. Thank you, Monica. Appreciate that. So live chats on Saturday will still be happening. Absolutely, yes. Only thing I'm talking about right now is It Belongs in a Museum. That's the only thing that we're putting on a pause until January 21st, so that I can free up that time that it takes for me to mail stuff out, and it frees up the time that it takes for me to do these videos live. So that's it. I'm intrigued now. Oh, you should be. No clues for the super secret stuff? No, Philip, no clues whatsoever. Need more! TI4 Pocket Edition. That's impossible. Gotta let the chats out of the bag if you want them to be live chats. Yes, that is true. Hopefully more swag merch. Well, we'll see. Alrighty. Well, we are done for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Luke and Monica will get your stuff to you later on this week, but I'll get you tracking numbers when we get those to you so you can keep an eye on those and know when they're going to show up at your abode. Thanks for being here, people. Go check out Age of War and the 21-year-old with a new coat of paint from 25th century, Tutankhamun. Thanks for being here today. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.